1, 2. A couple of months ago, I was up on the Ruahines hunting with the big fella and his good mate Matt Iorangi. On that trip, Matt was tagging along to learn how we hunt the public land. We had a good trip and we decided we'd do it again. This time, Matty would bring his rifle. Skip forward a couple of months and I'm heading north nice and early to pick up Matty from the big fella's place, with the plan to head back into the Ruahines and back to Spot X. We made it. These fellas know Matty. We made it, and a couple of things. It's not pissing down. It has been on our way here. The river's not in flood, so that's a bonus, but it is definitely blowing its tits off. We had another spot where we were going to go to if it wasn't so flash, but we just made the call and we'll go. And big fella's gonna come up later on because he can't plan his work effectively not like him and I, because we can. It's called annual leave, and when you have annual leave you don't work. Well, after taking the piss out of the big fella, we sat quietly in the car for another 5 minutes contemplating things. It started to rain, the wind started to pick up, and all I could think about is how miserable it would be up on the tops. So bugger that, it's plan B. So anyway, the weather's actually better here, and as you can see we've spotted some deer coming in, so that's hopefully a good omen. So anyway, we've lost the early light advantage. She's 5:30. Anyway, no muck around now, we'll get tooled up and get up the hill. Matty's got a new cannon. Guess what's caliber? Yeah, that's right, the man caliber. 300 with him. We've pretty happy with it in terms of how it shoots, so we'll try and get that blooded up this weekend as well. So, Just give us the green light on the safety status of your rifle, please, brother.
So I've got the mag in,
yeah,
bolts in, and no bullets.
Okay, sweet. Strapped to the side of the pack. I'm the same. Strapped to the side of the pack. I got no mag on, bolt in, no round up the chamber. We'll get ahead. He's going to pop in a bit later on. Let's get up here, have a look around, see if we can't spot us a handy deer before the big fella pops in. Well, not long after leaving the car park, we rounded the corner to be greeted by, yep, clag and a bloody tornado. We pushed on in the hopes of things getting better, but as we got to the top, things just looked worse. Even under canopy, the clag was thick, the bush was wet, but we continued to push on anyway. Camp Wallow Ridge. That's us, all good, bud?
Me? Home sweet home.
Alright, for the next couple of nights anyway. Yep. Yeah. Alright. The sun's come out a bit, so grab our gears and head down to the blind. We're away. Weapon safety status is mag in, no round up the chamber, pointing into safe direction. Brother.
Mag in, nothing in the chamber, and pointed in the safe direction.
Righty, look at that, perfect conditions for spotting deer. Next bit, get these heart rates down a bit. Wind's pushing maybe 5 to gust 10, so pretty good shooting conditions really. So, right, see if I can find us a deer. bro. Yep.
You're on?
There's 2. Honestly, that took 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And we spotted them. So we're going to get ready for a shot. 2 there. 1 to the left, 1 to the right. You want to both hit the same one or what? Hey? Okay. We'll go that big bitch, eh? Oh, on the right. Standing in the middle of the slip. Yep. Alright, let's put her hand up spout. Oh, that other one's coming up on the bottom, bro. She's bigger. We'll take him. You got him? You ready? Yep. No, get in and come around a bit more. Now, ready? Yep. 1, 2. Take that one. I dropped the second one too, bro. Two spent cases, mag off, nothing up the chamber, closing the action, clear.
1 spent case, nothing up the chamber, closing the bolts, all clear.
After clearing the rifles and some low-key celebrations and reflections, it was time to get some tucker into us, as neither of us had had breakfast that morning and we needed to get some fuel in us for the upcoming recovery. Speaking of recovery, I have to emphasize how easy it is for me to transition my Modulus X1 pack from pack-in mode to recovery mode, simply by removing my clip-on 55 litre pack, which then exposes the base frame, which has a meat shelf and a number of adjustable straps. Too easy. Well, that's camp all squared away. Oh, bit of Instagram. Simple recovery plan is, because I've done this a couple of times, is basically straight across there, up rocky face, skittle across up into, sidle across to that other back face, and the stag is definitely at the base of that those 2 long screes there, and then the hind is further up. So it took me 3.5 hours to recover a deer way up the back there. So I'm hoping with the 2 of us it should be around about the same time, because we've got 2 deer to process. So let's get into it. Go with caution, eh, bro? Yeah, that's kind of like level. So we're going to go down there. So from a safety perspective, I just said to the bro, I'll go down first, get onto a little bench down there, just so that we don't disturb rocks and drop them on each other. I'll get in and get set up and get down there and get filming, and hopefully film him rolling down the hill. As we head down, I talking to one of the girls at work, sort of showed a couple of videos, and you know, the shoot the deer, blah 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 blah, recover, and she said, just a simple question was, so how do you know where to look, where to find the deer? And I go, oh, blah 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 blah, off the ridge, and I go down the ridge, and she's going, you know, that doesn't make any sense to a normal person. And I guess at the end of the day, you kind of have natural bush sense, eh, bro?
Yeah.
You sort of just kind of know where to go. It's a bit hard to sort of say what it is. It's and being us native folk, you know, born and bred in grass skirts and stuff, it's actually kind, except for them Auckland hories, so quite natural to follow ridge lines, follow animal tracks, follow in a general direction. That's not to say that one doesn't get geographically embarrassed every now and then. Oh no, like now. Well, after a little downhill tiki tour, it was into the creek and only one thing left to do, make our way uphill to the deer. So after a 45-minute challenging uphill ascent, it was a quick sidle around and onto our deer. So after a couple of photos, it's time for the bush butchers to get into action. I had one deer, Matty had the other. After some deadly butchery skills with my little Zoe zipper knife, I had the meat all boned out into my Argyle game bag, all ready to be strapped on the back of the modulus. Oh, the mighty 2 o'clocker. That's us, we got our deers. Time to get back up to the blind. My little marker from the last time I came down here. Get some Huntsmart into us and then climb up at a 200-300 metre climb up there. After a well-deserved pit stop in the creek to get some hydration and a dose of Huntsmart, it was time to hit the hill. And halfway up, I thought I'd just pause, just to explain something. If there's one thing, honestly man, I can testify to, is what Huntsmart does for me. I was coming down the other side and I was just fatigued from, like tired fatigue, just like energy gone because of obviously my long day, but got down there, pretty much had the Huntsmart, hydrated a whole heap, and I could just feel just better, not super duper, but just better. And the noticeable thing for me, and this is just for me, and Matty kind of said the same thing too, was how it sharpens your mind. Yeah, I don't know if you kind of get that, but I certainly, just things seem to be a bit more crisp to me. I mean, it's still, you know, I mean, this hill's still steep, still getting puffed, but when you look around and just take things in, your vision seems to be sharper, and your assessment of things is a lot sharper. So that's kind of my take on Huntsmart. If I was ever trying to explain it, yeah, it's not a V drink or a Red Bull, man, or a pre-workout. It just sharpens things up, particularly mentally. Keep pumping and humping. A little stint back up the hill to be greeted by the big fella who was already on the blind, get some warm gear on and try and spot him a deer. Well, fortunately, or unfortunately, the weather took a little turn, but the deer came out, and unfortunately, they just happened to be sitting at 770 metres in low light in poor shooting conditions. And well, that pretty much finished our afternoon off. Oh wow, that's the end of our day. We saw quite a few deer. Got all our meat hanging up to set overnight. Still sure I'll stash all our gear in there and then sleep and have a big feed under there. After a hearty dinner and a well-deserved sleep, it was up early, roll open the sleeping bag and think about the day ahead.
Oh, wow, morning. That was a very deep sleep, She's been, if you can hear, blowing pretty hard all night. A little bit of drizzle in the night, but she's going to be one of those bend the bullet days, I think, if we get a shot on. So I'll lie here and contemplate life a little bit more, and I don't know, no hurry to get down to the shooting blind this morning. Still a little bit stiffy moto after the old recovery yesterday, so yeah.
Not bad. First deer of the morning, 5 minutes into it. But she's at a horrendous distance of 760, and we got beef here anywhere from 15 to 20 mile an hour gusting winds. We're talking a ridiculous hold of something like about 3 meters. So, in an all-day recovery, so best we spot something a little bit closer. Another one just up here, partial. All the deer we've seen this morning, they don't even hold, they're sort of just feeding through. So and that wind, man, it's just absolutely pumping. So anything over 500 is going to be pretty much a no-go. Well, as luck would have it, we spotted a deer under 500, fairly stationary, and in a position where the wind wasn't as bad. So the big fella's up to have a crack at the title.
Ready?
Yeah. Well, the way the deer reacted, it looked like it took a hit. So it looks like a recovery's on the cards, or at least a walk up to confirm otherwise. We have to put the sight and go on this one because that's why he's going to clag out big time. With the sight and go set, it was back up to camp for some boiled kranskis, a coffee, strip camp down, and load everything back into our packs. And well, the good old Modulus X1 affords me the ability to arrange and compartmentalize my gear in a way that keeps the meat away from the gear I don't want contaminated, as well as allowing me to strap external items to the outside of the pack, like my rifle, shooting tripod and sleeping mat. With the camp squared away and packs on, it's time to head up the ridge to start looking for Owi's deer. Let's go find this big fella's deer, eh? I found where she was standing, right in this gap. I can't find any blood. And I just walked through where I think she would run off, so I'll keep looking around. Well, I've been tracking for about a good half an hour and picked up no blood. Found some scuff marks that from her, but they sort of disappear just through the thick vegetation, can't pick up any more signs, so do a couple more casts and then it might have to be pull the pin and get back to our gear. Well, unfortunately, after about an hour and a half of searching, we couldn't find any sign, so we pushed back to the packs, loaded up and headed out. Lucky for us, the big fella had brought his four-wheeler bike in, which of course we loaded up with our very heavy packs, and Matty and I chose to walk out as the big fella took the packs down to the vehicles. So, because Matty and I have got a 20-minute walk, instead of doing this on the outro, I'll ask the bro, from the last trip, bro, to this trip, just some thoughts, things that you've done different after the first trip, things you're going to change even after this trip.
Probably packaging, like packing all my small stuff up. That's probably been a big, just helps with that organisation. Probably a little bit more fitter as well. It's probably a little bit more switched into the whole process. And I guess for me the biggest investment and the best thing that I've spent money on is that Halo sleeping bag. That Halo Plus.
Rifle, bro.
Rifle, yeah. Still got a bit of time to put in there to get used to it.
Yeah.
I am thinking I am going to upgrade that stock at some stage.
That trigger, bro, you need to do some work on that trigger.
Yeah. Trigger's
pretty heavy, eh? Yeah.
But that shooting, bro, that I've got to, like, because I'm used to bush hunting and it's all close shooting, you know, so I've got to trust that the wind holders, you know, will bring it back into line with the wind. So.
Yeah, to be honest with you, you know, for a part 2 trip after your first one, I think this fella's good luck actually. Yeah, so I will keep walking and we'll catch up with the big fella down at the car park. Your reflections on the trip, my big hearty brother?
Oh, it was good. It was good. It was good to get up here. Boys got a couple of deer on the deck early, and then yeah, far up. Had a bit of a sad story on my one. But yeah, no, it was good to see a few deer, still a few around, and yeah, good to spend a bit of time with the boys and yeah, enjoy the time in the Ngāhere. Get a bit of a clear head, so no, it was good. It was good. This Lowa next to us smack over his deer with his bloody new gun too, so that's a good milestone for the bro, eh?
Yeah. For me it was good round 2 with the brothers. Just as I said, man, I think this fella's a good luck charm. Same, it just got on straight into the point and nailed it. Yeah, bit unfortunate with the bro this morning, but yeah, just thanks for coming again. Right, bro. Nice catching up with you, my brother. Always. You guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.